Welcome back, fellow gamers. I want to talk to you today about MTGO Redemption sets. Specifically, if you don't know what they are, how to get them, what they are. I think that would be more information that you would need if you wanted to get them, right? And just what pretty much the process is like. So, for those of you that don't know, MTGO is Magic the Gathering Online. It's the online client which people play Magic the Gathering with in an official capacity. Now, there are some unofficial capacities. I won't talk about those here. The big draw for a lot of people when MTGO set up was that what they were buying online would have some real world value. So as a result, Wizards of the Coast set up a redemption policy where if you owned one copy of each card from a certain set, one of each card in non-foil, you could redeem your set that you had online into a physical copy and that they would mail that to you. The same is true for foil. So if you had full foil sets, you can get that. One thing to note is that any supplement products like Commander and all that, those aren't available for redemption. The cards that are available for redemption are the standard legal product. So this means that invocations, inventions, any expedition really is not available. There are also some online only cards, like they redo sometimes some sets. Those are not available. Furthermore, sets do not remain available to redeem indefinitely. The way it used to work, it used to be about a 2-3 year window for you to redeem a set. They have since curtailed that, they being Wizards of the Coast, to it being only a few months. So as soon as Amonkhet released, pretty much it was impossible to get cards from Kaladesh. So if you were stuck with any of the cards from that set, and maybe you had a full set, you can't redeem it. They're stuck online. And there is some rumblings, and it's my personal hypothesis that Wizards of the Coast will probably do away with redemptions in the near future. But for the time being, I use redemptions to gather full sets of foil cards, and what happens is that I'll end up with a box like this, and yeah, so it's a huge box, which is good because it comes with a lot of padding. And here is my set of cards for Amonkhet. So let's get that in there. Can it still focus maybe? No. A bit. Whatever. I'm not going to hold it there forever. So Hour of Devastation just launched, but Hour of Devastation is not yet available. So what I do is generally now, I used to wait till a few months after a set would release just for prices to stabilize, and then I can buy it for about $200, and then I have a full foil set. And if I didn't need any cards, or if there's a card that was spiking that I didn't think would spike long term, I would get rid of that card and kind of pay for the foils that I really do want. So instead of paying $50 for a foil Planeswalker, I'll get the whole set for $200. So I have a bunch of extra cards available. Now a lot of the cards in a set aren't usable, so they just kind of stay in this box. I have 7 or 8 boxes like this of other sets that I've redeemed for, probably more now actually, because I've been doing this since Dragons of Takir. And I'd say a third of the cards don't go use, so they stay in the box. There's no reason for me to use them in my Commander decks. And it really serves me well, the fact that I'm getting one copy of each card, because I only collect one copy of each card and I just rotate decks around for Commander. So it fits this redemption policy here fits my needs perfectly. I don't need to buy hundreds of dollars worth of product with each set release. I'm not buying boxes anymore. I'm not cracking packs unless there's a very particular reason. Like, so let's say for the Eternal Masters, Modern Master sets, you can't redeem them online, so I just go ahead and buy a box and try to buy whatever singles I don't pull from that box. So how do I go about acquiring all this? So I go about, you can either, if you're looking for just straight non-foils, it's pretty easy to run some drafts and eventually collect the whole set. You should be able to do that, not a problem. For foils, a lot of buying and selling from various bots. Once I have that done, you then place an order on Magic Online for a redemption request. Now the redemption request costs about $25, and then there's a processing fee. If you're in the States, I believe it's like $5. Anywhere else in the world, it's another $25. So that's an additional $50 that's tacked on to the total cost, because then you also have to pay for shipping, and there's a few other additional costs. But still, I find the price point for what I'm paying for a full set of foil cards is worth it. If you're going the non-foil route, it might not be worth it, but that's something you would need to evaluate for yourself and based on how many cards in the set you really want. As an example, I didn't get cards from Kaladesh or Aether Revolt because there wasn't enough cards for me to really justify paying all that extra money. Right at the tail end, I did decide to try to pull the trigger, but it was already too late. Even though the redemption processes were still valid, I wasn't able to find anybody that was selling cards or sets for Kaladesh or Aether Revolt, so I was stuck without those two sets. Not the end of the world. A lot of the cards I wanted were fairly cheap, and the ones I really did want weren't particularly expensive. The only card I didn't get that I really wanted was the Chandra Torch of Defiance, but I will wait for that card to drop. Oh, and I didn't get the Blue Gear Hope because that card is expensive right now. And I think it might drop a bit. I know it is being seen in some other formats other than Standard, so it might retain the price, but I am willing to wait on that just to see what happens. So anyways, so once you pay for your redemption request, the cards will then be taken out of your account the next MTGO downtime that's run. They use that time period to pull all the cards out of the system for anybody that has a request token in their account, and then they send them off. I believe they say the processing date is like 7 to 14 days. I ordered this on Wednesday. It's here on Friday. So I didn't order it on Wednesday. I ordered it 2 weeks ago, but the downtime for MTGO was 2 days ago, so it was last Wednesday. So I've been sitting on the cards for about a week and a half, 2 weeks, and there we go. And then I got them 2 days later, shipped to Canada, FedEx. I mean, I do get charged duties, so if you are Canadian, I don't know what it is for other countries, but if you are Canadian, you are paying duty. It's about $20 to $30 depending on whatever it is going to at the time. I've paid $25. This one here, I think I paid $21 or $23. Regardless, I still think it's worth it, and that's how you go ahead and get it. It's that simple. Acquiring one of each card, and then from there, you go wild. Now, I'm going to go take this apart. I'm going to go sleeve my cards. One thing to note is that whenever I redeem, there are always cards, because I don't want to shake it in case there are none magically that aren't scuffed, but there is usually a few scuffed cards, and it's usually the mythics, because they keep those near the tail end. So I might have to return some, and you go through the regular Wizards customer service process where you'll send them the cards back, and then they'll send you, whatever replacements you need. If you're in Canada, I do know that because they can't send you a prepaid postage for whatever reason, they reimburse you in a difference of usually it's a Magic product. Don't expect anything good because I've gotten stuff like Kaijudo and one time I got a World Slayer, like one World Slayer as my compensation. They've kind of gotten better in the past, so I've complained. Like when they sent me Kaijudo, I threw up my arms. I was pretty pissed off. I'm like, I'm not going to play Kaijudo. I still have the Kaijudo cards. They're still wrapped, and I don't know what to do with those. I could give them away to some kid. Actually, I tried giving them away to somebody in my apartment when I was living in Montreal. But anyways, they didn't want them. They really didn't. They asked me for Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Like, I don't have Yu-Gi-Oh cards. That's how you redeem it. If there's problems with your redemption, there usually is. It's 1 or 2 cards. Sometimes if the box got dinged, this box looks like it's in really good condition. Sometimes like a row of cards will be messed up. You just have to go through the normal process, and Wizards will take care of it. So there you have it. That is my, tutorial on how to redeem cards from MTGO, so full sets of cards. If you have done this in the past, what set was your favorite one to redeem? Do you like the process? If you haven't done it, is there a reason why you are looking to do it? Or, just let me know what your experience has been on MTGO in general. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to check out some of my other videos, you'll be able to see a prompt as soon as I fade away. And you can also subscribe. Thanks for watching. Until next time, good gaming.